Guys, welcome back to the CSA Forex channel. It's a pleasure having you guys here. This is an update to yesterday's market analysis, where we talked about the CPI, the Consumer Price Index news. And of course, the news has come out and it has done its thing. Yes, indeed. And then if you look at what we have on the dollar, you'll notice something, right? Because this is the dollar in front of us. As a matter of fact, you remember yesterday when we did the video, right? We said we'd like to see a breakout of this area. And then lo and behold, what happened? CPI data came out. And then look at the direction of the dollar. This is the USD index. So what was the direction of the dollar? It was down, meaning it was selling, right? But there wasn't any area for us to jump in around here. You remember we talked about this area that acted as resistance. So this would have been the best place to get in. And of course, we're looking at here where we drew our fibs. And you can see it has even broken down past the fibs. All right, so this is the USD index, the DXY. And then before I even talk about probably like the Euro USD or maybe the gold with respect to what we should be looking at today, because after I saw this move, after I saw this massive move yesterday on the dollar, for me, it's more or less over. I might not even get any opportunity this week, right? And it tends to happen at times. But notwithstanding, let's do something first of all. Let's jump into the Forex Factory calendar. Remember, it's always good to check the calendar to find out the news that we have coming out, and of course, if there's going to be volatility and all. So this is Wednesday, November 15th, and of course, this is what we should be looking out for. The news coming out at 2:30 p.m. And we have that for the USD. You can see everything here is for the USD high impact news, as you can see. And we have it as the producer price index, retail sales. These are the high impact news that we have coming out later today, right? So you need to know that the dollar might as well get volatile. I repeat, the dollar might as well get volatile. Remember from yesterday's 2:30 p.m. for the USD, we talked about this yesterday. If you watched the previous video, we're looking at the CPI, and then we said expect high volatility. And if you do not have any directional bias or you do not have any analysis whatsoever, we advise to stay out. And you can see all the actual news was red, showing that it was negative, showing that it was a thing of selling, right? So the thing of short. And then lo and behold, what happened? From the chart, you notice that the USD index, it just tanked, fell, crashed. I don't know what other English to use. And it was a heavy down move. And of course, if you look at the Euro USD, remember we said we use the dollar to trade the major currency pairs to have a good enough idea of them. And then if you look at the Euro USD, you notice that it went in the opposite direction. And that's what we have here, right? So you can see this in the opposite direction where it pushed higher and higher and higher. Now, from what we have here, of course, you can see the areas of resistance earlier and then support, support, support. You can see that price acted according to the levels. And of course, the news was a thing of a catalyst. It helped it to move in the direction in which it was originally going, right? Now, apart from this, you can also look at the gold. This is the gold, precious metal here, where we talked about the gold with respect to the pullback. 2 days ago, we did a video saying we're expecting to pull back to this area here, where we mark this area here as support, resistance, and then we're expecting to get back here, which it did. But as it got back here, thanks to the CPI data from yesterday, you can see the massive candles that we had. So of course, you would not be fighting these candles. But after this, you can see that it now started to do this little consolidation here. And of course, if you wanted to give this a shot, you could have entered here to sell and then hopefully see it drop. But you can see it's still struggling in this area. And I did not like the price action here, especially paying attention to the USD, the DXY. It hasn't given me an opportunity, to jump in this gold, because the dollar, as I said, tends to give us like heads up. Yeah, tends to give us heads up as to what might happen, most likely might happen for like the majors, gold, and even at times the Bitcoin as well, right? But I've noticed that the Bitcoin doesn't really move in line with the USD as such. Because if we cross over to the Bitcoin now, you notice that we did not have heavy movement yesterday, even after the CPI data, right? So this is what we have here on gold. Right now, I want to show you something before we gradually round up this video, right? Now, looking at the USD, from my own point of view, right? For me to get in on short, it might probably be to price gets back to this area here, right? But then before price gets back to this area, I'm looking at what is forming over here, right? In this area here, as it has dropped heavily. Because if you put in your RSI or your MACD or any of those your oscillators, most likely it will tell you that it is oversold. That is the dollar oversold. And if that might be the case, then I would like to see something happen here where price pushes higher, pulls back, and then pushes back to this area here. And then if that happens based on this structure, right, based on the pattern that I just painted over here, you could get an entry here probably on the pullback and then take out your take profit here. Or maybe you could even push higher, but I very much doubt it. But then this would be a conservative place to probably take your take profit here at 104.41. Today is Wednesday, and of course, the market is gradually coming to an end. For me, as I don't trade Fridays, once tomorrow is over, Thursday is over, I would probably just be on the sidelines, and then if I don't get any opportunity, it's not a problem. Last week, we got some good trades. We had about 3 good trades, which was good for us. But now we haven't had any opportunity, which of course is not a bad thing. This is part of the business. So this is what I like to see on the structure based on the dollar, as I just showed you over here. And then, of course, based on the Euro USD, I like to see a similar thing, but to the downside, right? And then to the downside, we might probably have it get to this area here, right, of untested support. Here is resistance, resistance, and of course it broke out over here, and it is yet to be tested as support. So this will obviously be an area where you have a lot of traders all over the world setting pending orders, waiting for a pullback here, and then they get in and then hopefully push higher, right? Now, this structure here, some might say, but Tulu, isn't that a counter trend move? Yes, it's a counter trend move, but in every counter trend move, there is always a trend move. If you check like this structure that I have just painted over here, if you check how it looks like on a lower time frame, maybe like 5 minutes or 15 minutes or something, it might probably show you, that is if it works according to what we're talking about, it might probably show you that a downtrend on the lower time frame has started, and you can take advantage of that. You have to train your eyes to see, the patterns at the end of the day, see the structure of price, and then you will be able to take advantage of it. Now, this is our analysis. Let's wait and see if it plays out. If it plays out, we might as well get an entry somewhere here and then try to take it down. So we still have today, Wednesday, and then tomorrow, Thursday, for a possible entry and exit if it permits us. But don't forget also, we have high impact news coming out in a bit by 2:30, and that's the PPI Producer Price Index and also the retail sales today. So make sure to protect your account accordingly, and of course, use a stop loss. Stop loss is there to protect your account. There are just too many people blowing their accounts, crashing their accounts on a daily basis, and yesterday was not an exception. We had a lot of people that said that their account has gone to zero. That is rather unfortunate, but I want to believe it will still be a learning process for you. So you make sure you always pay attention to the fundamentals. We always say the first thing you do before placing trade is to pay attention to the fundamentals. And of course, cross over to your technicals and try to merge, combine the two of them. And of course, you see how your trading would catapult to the next level. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and of course, do what? Comment below if you have any questions. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day and trade safely. Cheers.